Okay, and welcome to this prominent Alberta landmark called the Big Rock, or Okotok in Black. A wonderful place to acknowledge the traditional territories where my history show is filmed.
Welcome to the History Wranglers History Show. It'll make your day. Please welcome the host of your show, the History Wrangler.
Hey! Yee-hoo! All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to History Wrangler, High Noon Summer Alberta History Show. It's great to have you here. Now, come with me. Here we go. Come on now.
And I love sharing rodeo history just as much as I love my horse Flame. In this segment, I would like to feature two rodeo legends, Gib Potter and the bucking horse Wanda D. Now, Gib was born in 1906, and as a young cowboy, he toured North America as a professional trick roper in some of the top Wild West shows. By 1925, he was a regular at the Calgary Stampede, and his claim to fame was he won the last Canadian Trick Fancy Roping Championship in 1927. The last year the title was ever held in Canada. Gib also developed quite the eye-catching act, which included roping a horse while standing on his head on his saddle and lassoing 6 galloping horses at the same time. In regards to the four-legged rodeo legend, the great bucking horse, Wanda D was a Palomino filly whom is owned by Johnny Grant, sold at the Calgary Stampede in 1958 for $150. After the horse bucked Johnny off and broke his pelvis. Wanda D became one of the top bucking horses in Calgary Stampede, and in 1964 was named the Bucking Horse of the Year by the Rodeo Cowboys Association of America. Thanks for joining Flame and I, and have a great day.
Have you heard the news about the History Corral? It's down at the ranch, don't tell your pals. The yacht's easy to find west of the waterway. The yacht's easy to find just west of that waterway. Take it away, History Wrangler.
Thanks for the introduction, and welcome to the History Corral just west of the Water Well. Today I'd like to share the first ever bridge west of the Great Lakes. It was built back in 1862 by none other than Father Lacombe in St. Albert. The bridge was 61 meters long, 4.5 meters wide, and those who helped build the bridge got a bonus. They got to pass for free. And most of this paid for the next 22 years. Cheers, and have yourself a blue sky. You with horse racing, and those horses go around the track. Such action almost gives me a heart attack. Now Roy's a 50 race winner. Is going to teach you some horse racing history and take you on back. Yes, Roy from the Flying Cross Ranch in Central Alberta is going to teach you some horse racing history and take you on back. Yeah, take it away, Roy. And they're off.
I'm Roy Sturgeon from Flying Cross Ranch. I'm a retired jockey, and I'm here to talk to you about the history of horse racing in Alberta. So today we're going to talk about Jimmy Fitzsimmons. He's another great Alberta rider. Actually, Jimmy came from Saskatchewan. That's where he started his career. He rode mostly in Alberta, but he spent a bunch of his career in Toronto. I knew him personally, but when I knew Jimmy, he was actually the clerk of the scales of the Jocks Room in Edmonton and Calgary, and was a really good friend of mine. So Jimmy actually was really good when I started as a kid riding. He was really good about helping me in the Jocks Room and giving me advice about riding and doing different things. He rode some of the best horses in Canada. He won the Queen's Plate. There's several races that Jimmy ran over the years. Everybody liked Jimmy. There's not a guy around that could say a bad word about Jimmy Fitzsimmons. Just a terrific, terrific guy. See you next time from the home of the junior jockeys from Flying Cross Ranch.
Ho-ga-hey, ho-ga-hey.
Oldson was a Blackfoot chief from the Siksika Nation, born in 1819. As a young man, Oldson, known as Whiteshell Old Man until his father's death in 1860, gained an enviable war record. Unlike most others in the tribe, he did not give up the warpath as he grew older, and he continued to lead horse raiding expeditions against other tribes well into his adult years. Oldson's wife, Calf Old Woman, was also known for her bravery in battle and was one of the few women to sit as a warrior in Blackfoot councils. Like his father, Oldson was famous as a medicine man. He carried a deer's shin bone which he used for healing and for warding off evil. He also had an amulet used for curing blindness. Oldson withdrew almost entirely from tribal politics in the 1890s, but remained a respected patriarch and religious figure until his death in 1897. My name is Istrokomi, and we will see you next time, or as they say in the Blackfoot language, Gigadra Matsuno.
Brianna, she is a 4-H ambassador, but she's also the 2020 Cochrane Lions Rodeo Queen, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let me ask the ref who's gets to answer the question.
It's Team Blue.
Team Blue, there is your question, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. Which Innisfil family hosts an annual professional rodeo in which two of the members of the family are inducted into the Alberta Sports Hall of Fame? The Smith family and the two family members inducted are Bobby and Susie Smith, or the Danes family and the two family members inducted were Jack and Dwayne Danes. The Sweet family and the two members inducted were Honey and Sugar Sweet, or the McDonald family and the two inducted family members are Bob and John.
Yes, let's start that countdown, Brandon. Come on now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What is your answer for the last question of the game?
Bob and John? That is incorrect.
Incorrect. Over here. Okay. Here we go. Thank you very much, Chris.
Two. That's correct.
2 We got the points on the right. Nice and nice. All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Well, there's a steam train coming, or maybe a vintage plane, maybe a Model T car driving down the lane. Well, it's now time to share Alberta history, and that rides the tracks or flies on high or has 4 wheels indeed. That's transportation history. Over to you.
Greetings from the Aspen Crossing Railway. My name is Conductor Eric. I'm a train conductor that rides the rails of our great province of Alberta. Now it's time to share some amazing Alberta Railway history with you. Hop on board to discover more. All aboard! The Canadian Northern Railway main line reached Edmonton from the coast in 1905. That's actually the same year also that Alberta became a province. The railway tracks did not reach the British Columbia border beyond Jasper until 1913 actually. But during this interval, the railway company built many branch lines in the province, concentrating in central and north central Alberta. I'm Conductor Eric. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time from the steel ribbons of the Aspen Crossing Railway.
Hi, my name is Samantha Thompson. I'm a proud 4th generation Alberta teacher. It is my pleasure to present to you the history of the arts in Alberta from the Jubilee Auditorium in Calgary. This Jubilee Auditorium is identical to the Jubilee Auditorium in Edmonton, as both were built in 1955 to commemorate the 50th anniversary of our wonderful province. Our province, Alberta, has been home to many culturally distinct Indigenous nations for over 10,000 years. They are Alberta's first storytellers. Traditionally, Indigenous peoples use storytelling as a way to share and hold wisdom and knowledge. Elders and knowledge keepers were responsible for holding and sharing their nation's unique stories. Because of the oral nature of Indigenous storytelling, colonization, assimilation policies, and language barriers, published books by Indigenous peoples of Alberta have only just recently become a part of Alberta's literature. Darrell J. McLeod, for example, is a successful Cree Albertan author, praised for his memoir, Mamaskatch, a Cree coming of age. His memoir remembers his upbringing on Treaty 8 in Smith, Alta, Alberta by his fierce Cree mother, who survived residential schools and taught him to be proud of his heritage. McLeod currently lives in Souk, BC, and in 2018 was accepted by the Banff Writing Studio to work on his next book. Thank you for sharing your time with me here today. And thank you, Alberta, for all the stories you hold. Which one will you discover next?
Oh, mountain cart, he's very smart. He loves a rocky mountain with all his heart. Well, he wants to share what he thinks is chic. Alberta's highest mountains and name of their peaks. Alberta's highest mountains and name of their peaks. Alberta's highest mountains and names of their peaks. All right, take it away, Mountain Mark. Yeah.
Hello, I'm Mountain Mark, coming from the base of Mount Kidd in Kananaskis Park. Now, I love sharing my Alberta mountain peak history, and without further ado, it's time to start. One of my favorite Alberta mountain peaks is Fatigue Mountain, which is 2,959 meters, or 9,708 feet tall. It was named by W.S. Drury, a Dominion land surveyor, in 1888. And it was named after he became quite tired climbing the mountain in 1888. Go figure. Until next time, I am Mountain Mark from Mount Kidd in Kananaskis Park.
Well, may I introduce to you the history gal who loves history more than brand new shoes. She loves her history, that is true, even more than yummy chocolate fondue. Yeah, even more than yummy chocolate fondue. I said even more than yummy chocolate fondue. Take it away, history gal.
Now, on today's episode, I would like to tell you all about George Stanley, who created the Canadian flag. George Stanley was a Canadian historian, author, soldier, teacher, public servant, and designer of the Canadian flag. He was born in Calgary, Alberta on July 6, 1907. After receiving the Bachelor of Art from the University of Alberta, Stanley attended the University of Oxford in 1929 as a Rhodes Scholar. Stanley returned to Canada in 1936 and was appointed a professor of history at Mount Allison University in New Brunswick. In 1949, Stanley became a teacher at the Royal Military College of Canada in Kingston and taught for the next 20 years. It was during this time that Stanley put forward the proposal regarding the maple leaf design for the Canadian flag, stating, "The single leaf has the virtue of simplicity. It emphasizes the distinctive Canadian symbol and suggests the idea of loyalty to a single country."
Thanks for sharing some time with the rodeo-loving history gal. Yahoo!
Howdy, I'm the History Wrangler, and thank you ever so much for watching the show today. On a side note, I'm actually coming from Little Chicago, a small little town that actually existed. Some of the best schools in Alberta, I understand, is located just south of Black Diamond and no longer exists. So again, History Wrangler, thank you ever so much for watching the show. We'll see you next time.
I'm looking for a pump jack. Have you guys seen a pump jack? Oh yeah, I think I see a pump jack.